Jeff, I was struck by something Bruce Boudreau said this week, that when a new GM comes in, that he had been expecting Bill Guerin to bring in his own guy. The timing of it was kind of odd, but did Steve say something to you last summer to reassure you? I mean, just kind of, it is common when a team has a new GM that he wants his own.
Yeah, I think the one thing with Steve does whatever Steve thinks is right. And Steve, when we talked last summer, he was clear to me to make sure that we keep holding our players accountable and we make our young players, specifically I think better, but really the whole team. And that was the message. It wasn't going to necessarily be judged on wins and losses. It was going to be judged on those things. And so, the one thing about Steve, he's real clear what he expects, and I get good feedback from him in terms of where we stand. So we haven't talked other than that, about anything else about wanting his guy or anything like that. Just simply about what he expects me to do in my job.
Is that so? I mean, the development of the young players, that's really what he has emphasized.
I think development of the young players, the making sure there's accountability, those types of things more than judging wins and losses. That's something we talked about early. Not that we didn't want to win. We want to win. We want to win lots. But he also understands kind of where we're at in our arc, and the important thing is that these guys continue to get better and grow into winning type players. And honestly, that fits exactly what I am. Nothing would upset me more than if we didn't maximize the growth process of our young players. And sometimes that's hard. Like the one thing that I think gets missed in that, I think people, he's scoring, so he must be developing. That's not how it is all the time. And sometimes you gotta, especially when you're teaching guys to be winning type hockey players, you gotta take a step backwards and take steps forwards. And it can be intermittent, and we've done it at different times. And if you look at Matt Barzal when Barry Trotz got here, it's a great example of that. He scored tons of points the year before, took a step backwards when Barry got here to make sure he's the complete type player that Barry knows it takes to win. Well, it's the same thing we're making sure with our guys.
Obviously with your record being what it is, but just the emphasis on not letting the record erode work ethic, because it's only a matter of time before the mathematical elimination is.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think one of the challenges we've had is making sure that this thing doesn't become toxic, that it's not a poor environment, that it's an environment that still allows our players to grow. And when you lose too much, it can be really, really tough. And one thing we've tried to do everything possible to make sure that we're demanding, but that it's not a toxic environment, that we're coming to get better every single day, and that we're having a short memory on what happened the day before, and we're moving forward. And we've done I think a pretty good job of that throughout the season, both the players and the coaching staff. It's something we'll continue to do.